Charlotte's Extreme Makeover Home Edition. Now, Blair Miller.
It's one incredible moment, culminating the massive efforts of hundreds of people over 8 incredible days. Welcome to Charlotte's Extreme Makeover Home Edition. It's your chance to see what it really took to make that Charlotte family's dream come true. And although the actual build took place 2 months ago, only now will Charlotte and the rest of America get a chance to see the magic unfold. And only here in this show will you get to see what America won't see. The behind-the-scenes preparation, the incredible manpower used during the build, the involvement of people throughout the Charlotte community, and the impact all of this had on the stars of the show. As you can see, there's a lot that went on during those 8 days that you will only see here tonight. But first, let's answer the question many of you have, and that's why Charlotte? And why the King family? The theme for this season of Extreme Makeover Home Edition is everyday heroes in the community. Well, Alicia and Curtis King certainly meet that criteria hands down.
If I'm in trouble, if my car breaks down, I got a flat tire, anything, there's been a couple of different occasions I've called and he showed up. Now he'll have a van full of kids, but he'll show up, fix the flat or give me a jump.
Everything, because Alicia became my best friend over these last 8 years, and she has helped and served my family so much and still does. I have a chronic condition and she's always making meals for us. She cleans my house. She takes my kids on the weekend just so I can rest.
This family, they do hair, they cut hair, they drop kids off to football practice. They love them.
These are snapshots of the many stories we heard about Curtis and Alicia King during the makeover of their home. We met them at a friend's home since no videotaping is allowed in their new home before the show airs. And as I sat and talked with them, I started to understand why they do what they do.
It is so hard to watch families who really want to do well, that don't have support that I did. So I thought, let me just try to help where I can. Let me do this or let me try that. Sometimes not telling them, just bring you this meal. Hi, today, want to bring you a meal. Encourage you. Encouragement is a beautiful thing.
Yeah. Alicia and Curtis say they're trying to do much more than just offer encouragement. They say they're trying to change lives.
Knowing that you can kind of give back, whatever. It could be just helping a kid out with homework one day, buying them shoes, or helping them get something to eat, or just spending time with them, taking them to a ball game, something like that. I know having someone there means more to them than, just thinking they're alone all the time,
right.
Stuff like that.
Yeah.
And kind of help the mother out too, actually, giving her a break sometime, or, just being that part of a kid's life that she can't provide.
Curtis is not just a mentor, he is the father. I am talking about the person who's up with the teens 12 o'clock at night talking about their problems. I'm talking about the man who gives up what he wants to do to buy cleats for the kids and pay the kids tuition for whatever there is, the little fee for them to play the football. He buys the pads and the pants and the shoes because the moms can't afford it. He is the one who sacrifices just time, even sometimes with his own children, having to bring them along to pull in these other kids. The father who is going to schools, sitting in on meetings with single moms.
And now, after all the attention and the incredible makeover of their home, they say they're even more encouraged to help.
I guess it kind of makes you want to do more.
Yeah.
Hearing about some of the different things that people specifically done in the house. Talking with those people, having conversations, it just make you want to be like, man, I want to do more, or give back to somebody else, or, it's a lot of things that, we still see that can be done.
I look at this house every day and I pray. I say, God, you only give us things for what you equipped us with, what we need to do what we need to do. So I know that He is equipping us to continue what we're doing, but sometimes I'm a little like, okay, is it another level? Do we continue where we are? And he'll show us. He'll show us.
But what they've already seen is that anything is possible.
When I was growing up, I never thought I would be on national TV. I didn't think in my wildest dreams in January of this year that this would have happened.
Right.
It's not something that you can foresee coming. You just do what you do because you do it. For us to be able to imagine this, it wasn't. That's why God showed me how big he was. He showed me how big he could be. He took it above and beyond the ordinary little miracles that you already have to show you a big one.
Can you imagine leaving your home for a week and coming back to find a new, bigger, better home where yours once stood? It has to be an indescribable feeling. And Alicia and Curtis will try to put it into words for us when we talk with them again later. But first we want to show you what it took to build the King's home. Suffice it to say, it took a lot of planning, coordination, and hard labor. Channel 9's Greg Suskin explains.
This is what neighbors saw when they looked outside the window that first day. Production vehicles, RVs, cameras, and lots of new faces in the neighborhood. In order for the magic to happen without a hitch, the production crew had to tell neighbors in advance that their street, their yards, even their homes might be part of that magic.
One of the guys with the production company, I tried to help him some get signatures of the property owners here. And then yesterday morning, we got up and I started seeing stuff come around the neighborhood, stuff being dropped off, and then one of the production guys came by and says, it's going down, so.
Once neighbors said okay, the trucks rolled in, 1.5 miles of trailers, trucks, and RVs.
We provided 11 RVs, 9 for the cast crew and staff, and then 2 for the builders. You know, they're all nice and cold, and Time Warner's been nice enough to bring in cable and internet, so they have all the comforts of home.
Each designer got his or her own RV, complete with internet connection. The other RVs were offices for the crew and the builder. If a neighbor's yard didn't become home to a tent or an RV, then it probably had a camera. They were everywhere, perched on rooftops, on light posts, and in backyards. Food was never a problem on the set since a catering crew prepared made-to-order meals. Security wasn't a problem either. If you tried to make it onto the set, you were immediately greeted by one of these guys who checked your credentials to make sure you were allowed there. It's hard to believe that in less than a day, Hollywood managed to change this quiet street into a bustling back lot.
And that just gives you a taste. But if you look at it in real numbers, it really is astounding. There were 100 people on the production crew. 6 cameras recorded 600 hours of footage that had to be edited down to just a 1-hour show. Not only did the production company bring in its own crew, they also had a catering staff of 10 on site and a 28-member security team on the set with them 24 hours a day.
Now you see it, but soon you won't. Still ahead, we take you behind the scenes as crews get the King home ready for demolition. And being a part of this extreme makeover meant being willing to suffer through the extreme summer heat. Find out the dangers fans and volunteers faced as we continue with Charlotte's Extreme Makeover Home Edition. Brought to you by CPI Security and Food Lion.